Let me tell you something. You can walk this life without friends. Some might even say it's better that way. You can live without a girlfriend, because trust me, the wrong partner will cost you more than being alone ever will. But no money, that's not just a problem. It's the problem. Why? Because in this world, everything you want, every dream you chase, every door you hope to open needs a key. And that key is financial stability. Now you might say, money doesn't buy happiness. Sure, but let me ask you this. Have you ever seen someone smile when they can't pay their rent? Have you ever felt peace when you can't afford to eat? Money may not buy happiness, but it buys choices. And choices are what give you freedom. If you think you can survive without it, you're not dreaming, you're denying reality. So stick with me, because by the end of this speech, you'll understand why building financial stability isn't just important, it's the foundation for everything else in your life. You'll learn how to focus your energy on what truly matters, and why cutting distractions like bad friendships and unfulfilling relationships might be the best decision you'll ever make. Life doesn't wait for anyone. The bills keep coming, the opportunities won't wait, and the competition is always ready to step ahead. You might think loyalty from friends or love from a partner will carry you through hard times, but let me be blunt. When your pockets are empty, even the closest people start stepping away. And that's not personal, it's survival. The truth is, friends and girlfriends are optional. The right ones can enrich your life, but they're not the foundation. You don't need a squad to build your empire. You don't need a partner to validate your worth. Focus on building yourself first. Create a life so stable, so fulfilling, that the right people naturally want to be a part of it, not because they pity you, but because they admire you. And here's a 3-point plan to show you how to make the move from being a giver to being a lifter. Money isn't just paper, it's power. It's the ability to say, I'll do this on my terms. Without it, you're at the mercy of everyone else. With it, you have options. Options to grow, options to learn, and options to help others. Money amplifies who you are. So if you want to make an impact, you better have the means to back it up. Money doesn't solve problems by itself. How you manage it does. Learn to cut distractions, to live within your means, and to invest in your future. You don't need to flex to impress anyone. Work quietly, save strategically, and let your results speak louder than your lifestyle. Stop chasing quick money or validation. Build something that lasts, something that adds value to others. Whether it's a skill, a business, or a legacy, focus on creating instead of consuming. The more you bring to the table, the more doors will open. Friends may fade, relationships may change, but the foundation you build with financial discipline will carry you through every storm. The goal isn't to hoard money, it's to use it to create a life where you're free to chase your passions, support your loved ones, and leave your mark on the world. So remember this, no friends, no problem. They're optional. No girlfriend, no problem. You're better off alone than with the wrong person. But no money, that's a big problem, because it limits your freedom, your choices, and your future. The question isn't whether money matters, it does. The real question is, what are you willing to do about it? Will you keep making excuses, or will you take control of your life and build something that can't be taken away? Now go out there and make it happen, because when you handle the big problem, everything else falls into place. The reality of modern life is harsh but undeniable. Money holds a profound influence over freedom, stability, and opportunity. It dictates the level of control you have over your circumstances and shapes the path you can take toward your dreams. Without financial stability, life becomes a constant struggle, a never-ending cycle of stress and limitations. While relationships with friends and romantic partners can offer emotional support, they cannot substitute for the fundamental necessities that money provides. Bills need to be paid, food needs to be on the table, and plans for the future demand resources. In this relentless world, money is not just a convenience, it is a necessity. Imagine a scenario where your friendships are intact and your romantic relationship is thriving, but your financial situation is in shambles. The stress of not being able to meet your basic needs seeps into every aspect of your life. It affects your mood, your mental health, and your ability to make clear decisions. No matter how loyal or loving your circle is, there's only so much they can do when your problems stem from a lack of financial resources. Friendship and love are valuable, but they cannot keep the lights on or put food on the table. This isn't to dismiss the importance of relationships. Rather, it's a reminder that financial independence forms the bedrock upon which all other aspects of life can flourish. Money is not just about material possessions. It is about security and options. It gives you the ability to make choices that align with your goals and values. And when you lack financial resources, you are often forced to compromise, settling for what is available rather than striving for what you truly desire. This compromise can limit your personal growth, hold you back from pursuing opportunities, and keep you stuck in situations that don't serve you. Money provides the freedom to explore, to learn, and to grow. It allows you to say yes to the things that matter and no to the things that don't. Furthermore, the absence of financial stability often leads to dependency, whether it's relying on friends, family, or romantic partners. This dependency can strain relationships and create imbalances. People may start to view you as a burden, even if they don't say it outright. The dynamic shifts, and over time, resentment can build. The unfortunate reality is that financial instability can isolate you, even from those who care about you most. It's a weight that others may not always be willing or able to carry. Money also plays a critical role in self-esteem and confidence. When you're financially stable, you walk taller, speak with conviction, and approach challenges with a sense of capability. But when money is tight, that confidence can waver. Every decision feels heavier, every mistake more consequential. This pressure can be paralyzing, preventing you from taking risks or pursuing opportunities that could change your life for the better. Financial insecurity isn't just a logistical issue. It's an emotional and psychological burden that affects your entire outlook on life. Friends and girlfriends are an important part of life, but they are not the priority when it comes to building a foundation for long-term success and stability. In fact, placing too much emphasis on relationships before you've established yourself financially can lead to unnecessary stress, distractions, and setbacks. It's not about devaluing human connections. It's about recognizing that without a solid personal foundation, those connections often become fragile and dependent on circumstances that are outside your control. Relationships can enrich your life, but they are not the pillars that hold it together. You are that pillar, and your stability and growth depend on how much effort you put into building yourself first. When you focus excessively on maintaining friendships or romantic relationships, you might find yourself sacrificing your own goals and ambitions to please others or to conform to their expectations. This is a common trap. You might start to prioritize social validation over personal development, spending your time and resources on things that bring temporary satisfaction rather than long-term fulfillment. While these moments may seem enjoyable, they often leave you further away from achieving the independence and stability you need to truly thrive. Friends and partners can bring joy and companionship, but they are not guaranteed to remain by your side forever. People grow, circumstances change, and even the strongest relationships can fade over time. When you base your life around these connections without establishing a strong sense of self and purpose, you risk losing your direction when those relationships end. Do you remember who people are? The heartbreak of a breakup or the disappointment of a failed friendship can be amplified when you've built your identity around them rather than your own goals and achievements. Financial independence, on the other hand, provides you with a sense of control and freedom that no relationship can substitute. It allows you to create a life on your own terms, one that is resilient to external changes. When you're financially stable, you're not reliant on others to support you emotionally or materially. This independence empowers you to build relationships from a place of strength rather than need. ensuring that they are healthier and more balanced. In your event, moreover, focusing on yourself first sets the stage for attracting the right people into your life. When you are actively working toward your goals and building a stable future, you naturally attract friends and partners who share your values and ambitions. These relationships are based on mutual respect and admiration rather than convenience or dependency. By prioritizing your own growth, you create a life that others want to be part of, rather than one where you are constantly seeking validation or support. In the end, friends and girlfriends can enhance your journey, but they should never define it. The most fulfilling relationships are those that complement your life rather than complete it. By focusing on your own development and financial stability first, you create a strong foundation upon which meaningful and lasting connections can thrive. Money is more than a means of exchange. It's the power to create opportunities, the freedom to live life on your terms, and the security to face life's uncertainties with confidence. Without it, your choices are limited and your dreams often remain just that, dreams. People often dismiss the importance of money by saying it's not everything. But while that may be true, the reality is that money impacts almost every aspect of your life, directly or indirectly. It's not about greed or materialism. It's about the ability to control your destiny. When you lack financial stability, you find yourself at the mercy of circumstances, constantly reacting to problems instead of proactively building your future. You might want to pursue higher education, start a business, or explore new opportunities, but without the necessary resources, these goals can seem unreachable. Every step you take is slowed by the weight of financial insecurity, and you're often forced to compromise, settling for less than what you're capable of achieving. Money doesn't guarantee success, but it gives you the tools to try. Furthermore, the absence of money strips you of options, the very essence of freedom. When you have financial resources, you can choose where you live, how you spend your time, and the kind of lifestyle you lead. Without money, these decisions are made for you by your circumstances. You might have to work jobs that drain your energy and passion, live in places that don't inspire you, or endure conditions that limit your growth. So what do you do when you have no money? Financial freedom isn't about luxury, it's about liberation, the ability to make choices that align with your values and aspirations. Money also has a direct impact on your relationships. It's not that people are inherently materialistic, but financial struggles can create stress and tension that strain even the strongest bonds. Whether it's family, friends, or romantic partners, money problems can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, and conflict. On the other hand, financial stability allows you to contribute to your relationships in meaningful ways, whether that's providing support, sharing experiences, or simply being present without the weight of constant worry. Some people underestimate the emotional toll of financial instability. It's not just about unpaid bills or unmet needs. It's about the constant anxiety, the sleepless nights, and the feeling of being trapped in a cycle you can't escape. This stress affects your mental health, your physical well-being, and your ability to focus on the things that truly matter. Money doesn't solve every problem, but it provides the peace of mind that allows you to face life's challenges with clarity and resilience. At its core, money is a tool that amplifies who you are and what you can achieve. It's not about hoarding wealth or chasing status. It's about creating a foundation that supports your dreams, empowers your decisions, and enhances your ability to give back to the world. Money itself is neutral. What matters is how you use it and the life you build with it. The absence of money is not just an inconvenience. It's a barrier that limits your ability to grow, achieve, and experience life to its fullest. It shapes the opportunities you can seize and the dreams you can pursue. Without money, even the simplest desires, education, healthcare, or personal development, become difficult to realize. This isn't about materialism. It's about the power of resources to unlock potential. Money gives you access to tools, networks, and platforms that can transform your aspirations into reality. Without it, you're often left watching others move ahead while you're stuck in place, struggling to find a way forward. Money is also essential for building a legacy. Whether you aim to provide for your family, invest in your community, or leave a lasting impact on the world, financial resources are necessary to bring those goals to life. People often speak of dreams as if they're free, but the truth is, dreams require investment, time, energy, and yes, money. Without that investment, dreams remain ideas, untapped potential, waiting for a chance that may never come. The lack of money also makes you vulnerable to the unpredictability of life. Your emergencies don't wait for convenience. They arrive unannounced, testing your resilience and preparedness. Whether it's a medical crisis, an unexpected job loss, or the need to relocate, financial stability gives you the cushion to weather these storms without falling apart. It's the difference between handling a challenge and being overwhelmed by it. When you have money, you can approach these situations with confidence and clarity. Without it, every problem feels like a mountain too steep to climb. In addition, money fuels personal growth and self-improvement. It allows you to invest in yourself, whether through education, skill development, or pursuing passions that enrich your life. Without money, opportunities for self-betterment often feel out of reach, forcing you to settle for less than you deserve. This limitation isn't just financial, it's emotional, as you're constantly reminded of what could have been. The frustration of knowing you have potential but lacking the resources to unlock it can weigh heavily, impacting your motivation and outlook on life. Money doesn't define your character, but it does shape your capacity to make a difference for yourself and for others. When you have financial stability, you're able to support the people you care about, contribute to causes you believe in, and share your success in ways that inspire and uplift others. Without it, even the best intentions can feel powerless, as the resources needed to act on them remain out of reach. Ultimately, money isn't the goal, it's the means. It provides the freedom to live authentically, to pursue your vision without compromise, and to overcome the challenges that stand in your way. It's not about greed or excess. It's about empowerment. It's about having the ability to take control of your life, shape your destiny, and create a future that reflects the best of who you are. The absence of money creates a constant state of uncertainty and stress, leaving you vulnerable to life's challenges and unable to fully focus on what truly matters. While friendships and romantic relationships can bring emotional comfort, they cannot shield you from the practical realities that demand financial resources. Rent needs to be paid, groceries need to be bought, and unexpected expenses arise when you least expect them. Without money, even the smallest setbacks can feel like insurmountable obstacles, leaving you scrambling for solutions that might not exist. Financial instability is more than just a logistical problem. It's an emotional and mental burden. The anxiety that comes with wondering how you'll make ends meet takes a toll on your confidence, decision-making, and overall well-being. It's hard to think about the future or work toward your goals when your present is consumed by survival. This constant worry eats away at your ability to plan, to dream, and to believe in your own potential. It limits not only your resources, but also your mindset, trapping you in a cycle of scarcity. Money is not just about access to material things, it's about creating stability and structure in your life. With money, you can prepare for emergencies, plan for the future, and invest in opportunities that can elevate your circumstances. It provides a sense of security that allows you to focus on growth rather than merely staying afloat. Without it, life becomes reactionary, always responding to problems instead of proactively building toward solutions. The strain of financial instability also impacts your relationships. While people may care about you, there's a limit to how much they can offer when your struggles are rooted in a lack of resources. Dependence on others, whether it's friends, family, or a partner, can create tension and feelings of inadequacy. You may find yourself withdrawing out of shame or guilt, isolating yourself from the very people who want to support you, until this isolation compounds the problem, as financial struggles are difficult to overcome alone. But the weight of dependency can strain even the strongest connections. Moreover, the absence of money restricts your ability to say yes to opportunities that could change your life. Education, travel, or even starting a side hustle all require resources that aren't readily available when you're financially unstable. You're forced to turn down options that could lead to growth and success, not because you lack the ability, but because you lack the means. This limitation not only stunts your progress, but also fosters frustration and regret, knowing that you're capable of more, but unable to act on it. Ultimately, money represents the freedom to live on your terms. It's not about excessive wealth or greed, but about having the ability to shape your own path. Without money, you're bound by restrictions that dictate your every move, keeping you in survival mode instead of thriving. Financial stability doesn't guarantee happiness, but it does provide the foundation necessary to pursue it fully. It's a tool that, when used wisely, opens doors and paves the way for a life of purpose and fulfillment. Money is the foundation upon which independence is built. Without it, you are often at the mercy of others, relying on their generosity, goodwill, or decisions to meet your basic needs. While support from family or friends can provide temporary relief, true independence comes from the ability to sustain yourself and make choices that align with your own values and aspirations. When you lack financial resources, even small decisions like where to live or what to eat become dependent on circumstances outside your control. This dependence limits your freedom, your confidence, and ultimately your sense of self-worth. Financial independence empowers you to define your path without compromise. It allows you to live according to your own terms, pursuing the goals and opportunities that resonate with you rather than settling for what is available or acceptable to others. With money, you can invest in your education, relocate for a better job, or take calculated risks to achieve your dreams. These choices become impossible when you're shackled by financial constraints, forced to prioritize survival over ambition. Moreover, independence through financial stability gives you a voice. It ensures that your decisions are not influenced by desperation or necessity, but by intentionality and purpose. Without money, you may feel pressured to accept situations that do not serve you, whether it's an unfulfilling job, a toxic relationship, or an environment that stifles your growth. Financial stability gives you the power to walk away, to say no, and to prioritize your well-being over external expectations. The struggle of being financially dependent also impacts your mental and emotional state. When you rely on others for support, it can feel as though you're not in control of your own life. This lack of control breeds frustration, resentment, and even guilt, as you may feel like a burden to those around you. On the other hand, having money provides peace of mind. It removes the constant worry about how to meet your needs and allows you to focus on building a life of meaning and purpose. Independence also fosters self-respect and confidence. When you're able to stand on your own feet, it reinforces your belief in your own abilities. You begin to see yourself as capable, resourceful, and resilient, which positively impacts every area of your life. Financial stability doesn't just free you from external constraints, it strengthens your internal resolve, pushing you to aim higher and achieve more. While relationships and community are valuable, financial independence ensures that your presence in those relationships is not defined by need, but by choice. It allows you to contribute meaningfully, to share experiences without the shadow of dependency, and to build connections based on mutual respect and support. Independence through financial stability is not about detachment from others. It's about empowering yourself to be the best version of you, ready to give and receive from a place of strength. In life, friendships and relationships can enrich our experiences, but they cannot solve the core challenges of survival and growth. Money, while not the essence of happiness, is the tool that provides freedom, security, and opportunity. It empowers you to build independence, unlock your potential, and navigate the uncertainties of life with confidence and purpose. Without financial stability, even the strongest relationships can feel strained, and the best intentions may fall short. With it, you gain the ability to dream, act, and uplift, not just yourself, but those around you. The absence of money creates barriers, but its presence opens doors, not to greed, but to a life of fulfillment, progress, and meaning. So, while having no friends or no partner may be challenging, the absence of money creates a much deeper struggle. Prioritize building a foundation of financial stability, for it is the key that unlocks the life you envision. Make your efforts count. Invest in your growth, and remember, with resources in your hands, you hold the power to shape your destiny.